Hey everybody, it's Catherine with Colorado Yard Care, and today I wanted to talk about one really amazing tool which you may not be familiar with. It's called the loop weeder. So here we go. So today I'm going to be planting my tomatoes in this raised vegetable bed, and I want to prepare the soil before I actually transplant the tomatoes in. And as you can see here, there's a lot of little weeds starting to germinate. So I don't have a huge weed problem, but I definitely want to remove all these little weeds before I put my new transplants in. And this is a really cool tool that can help you do that quickly. A lot of vegetable gardeners are familiar with it, but I find that many gardeners and landscapers are not that familiar with it. So I wanted to talk about how it's really amazing to use. So if you were going to hand pull all these little weeds, you might drive yourself crazy because it would take a really long time and it's very tedious work. And these weeds are not very strong. I mean, they're new seedlings. So all we really need to do is knock them over and they will die. So a loop weeder is just a long handled tool that has a simple metal loop on the end. And it is really effective at taking care of these little weeds quickly. So I have drip irrigation here in this raised vegetable bed, and I'm going to pull this up, and then I'll use my loop weeder to knock over all these little weeds, and then I'll put my drip irrigation back and plant my tomatoes. So now I've pulled up my drip irrigation, and I'm using my loop weeder to just go back and forth over the soil. And I only need to get the bottom of the loop weeder, which is this part right here, about 1/2 inch below the surface of the soil. And it basically just cuts all of those little weeds right in half. And you can see how efficient this tool really is. It doesn't change the grade of the soil that much, which is wonderful. And it is really, really fast to use. Now, this works on small weeds that are under about 2 to 3 inches in height. If you've got tall weeds, this is not a good tool because the weeds won't fit through the loop. Also, this is a really good tool to use in areas where you've got bare soil, like a vegetable garden bed or a bare area of your yard. It's not a good tool for mulch areas because you don't want to mix your mulch into the existing soil. So really a good tool for bare soil areas like vegetable beds and everything. As you're loop weeding, it may be really tempting to get closer and closer to your vegetable garden plants. Like for example, I've got some peas growing in here. And you want to resist this urge because you do not want to weed out the plants that you have been working so hard to grow. So even though I might be able to get these 2 right here, or these 3, I'm going to actually pull those by hand instead. So now that I'm done using the loop weeder, I'm just going to go back and flatten the soil so that it's at the right grade for me to plant my tomato plants. But you can see how quickly I was able to do that. It took me about 60 seconds to weed this 4x12 vegetable garden bed. So if you have little weeds and you want to get them out of your life quickly, don't forget about the loop weeder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.